Hello everybody, I'm gonna drink a beer. Oh, this one is Dank sounding. Dank Moolah it's called. I think this is quite a local one actually. S43 Brewery in Durham. Yeah, not too far away from where I am. And yeah, I'm thinking about going back to the old style. I started doing like these sort of fancy beers for reviews, but I don't know. Too many YouTubers doing that. Maybe I'm going to go back to the old style of drinking like the cheap stuff, cheap lager, cheap ciders, tramp ciders, high strength beers, things like that. I'm still going to drink these ones because I do like a nice beer, but I don't know whether the reviews of these kind of beers, I mean, they only interest me, and like I thought, well, how many reviews do I watch of other people drinking fancy beers? I don't really watch that many, really. Like, there's only a couple of channels that I watch, and like they hardly ever, because beers are quite local nowadays. I hardly ever see people reviewing a beer that I then go out and buy myself. So I started to think, well, I don't know. It might have more appeal and more interest. The older videos, I reckon, where I was just down in special brew and shit like that. So yeah, quite enjoyed doing that. Fucking hell, what was that one called? The dragon soup. That seemed to go down quite well with people. So yeah, I might start going back to the old style. I like that, the old channel fudge. If anyone remembers back in the day. But this one, I'll do a weird beer now and then, every now and then when I find one that takes my fancy. But 7.0% Dank IPA, and I think it's called that because of the hops they use: Strata, Citra, Columbus, and Chinook, and Centennial. I really don't know much about different hops. Obviously, I know that Citra tastes a bit citrusy. It's got that sort of grapefruity sort of taste to it, but I don't really know that. Other than that, Fuggles, is that a hop or is that a malt? I feel like Fuggles is an old style like English bitter type of hop, if I remember correctly. Wow, look at this. This is it pours thickly. It's coming out of the glass thickly. It's got a real like creaminess to it. I'll check actually. Yeah, vegan friendly. I bought a few online, and some of them got lactose in, and I was like, got some more of that blue jam because it was delicious. This one here, Crimble Crumble, if anyone watches Friday Night Dinner, and it's got lactose in. I have got a kind of rule where I don't consume anything like that through the week, but then on Sunday I have a cheat day. So some of these beers I'm only going to be able to drink on a Sunday just because of my own arbitrarily enforced dietary regime. But it seems to be doing quite well for me. I feel like I'm eating a lot healthier now that I'm doing that. Not eating any cheese or meat or anything through the week. Is quite healthy, I find. Oh, it smells delicious. Look at the colour of it. That's like, on the camera it looked quite pale. To me, the light, it's almost like a carrot, a light carrot. I don't know, very orangey, and like completely like cloudy. You can't see through it at all. I'm like holding up to light, and it's, I don't know. I wish I had a little light that I could shine through. You could see, but I'm holding up to a light here, and you can't see. The light's not coming through. It's coming through on the edges of the glass, but in the middle, that's blocking out all light. That's crazy. Yeah, let's try it. Ooh, that is dank. You know what? I was expecting it to be less it tastes a lot lighter than I expected. I don't know, the colour of the can, the artwork there, the name of it. I was expecting it to taste. It's called a Dank IPA. I was expecting it to taste really like heavy and dark, and it's much more light tasting than that. It's got a kind of citrusy, fruity, quite a sweet taste to it there. Yeah, I was expecting something a lot more. I'm trying to think of a beer that I've had that's like that, but just something a lot more savoury. This is very sweet. Very nice. I would definitely have one of these again. It's got like these mango flavours in there. It's got a very sweet aftertaste. It's almost like a sort of, it's almost like a candy flossy aftertaste, which is honestly from the can. I thought it was going to be so dark tasting. I was actually quite like such a heavy drink, but it's much lighter than it sounds. Dank Moolah. Honestly, I was thinking like sewers, dungeons. Oubliettes. Blight Town. The Depths. This is much more Lordran, you know. This is quite a, you could have this is quite a tropical tasting drink really. It's quite a nice, like quite a summery type of thing. It's you know, you could have this and put it in a coconut, a few straws and some cocktail umbrellas, and it would just be like a lovely little summery fruity drink. Oh, I'm going to say actually, as I'm drinking it, the bitter is building up. The dankness is building up. It's one of them accumulative effect type of drinks, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think that dankness is at the bottom of the glass. Yeah, I think it might be the accumulative effect of the very, very bitter hops. Sort of, maybe it starts out quite sweet and light, but as I'm drinking it, it's I always think this with really, really bitter, right, resiny type of flavors in beers. They're kind of flavors that get more intense as you drink more of the beer, because it's almost like it sort of coats your tongue and stays there, and the more you drink it just coats and builds up more layers. I don't know if that's how it works. Also sort of could be like something like it changes where it's almost like your taste buds pucker up and they like respond to it and sort of go from the bitterness, and then the more intense it keeps building up and they get tighter. I don't really know how to describe it. Alright, fuck. Strong, and it's got a good thick like mouthfeel to it. It's not as syrupy as some beers I've had, but it's very as you can see, it's very sort of soupy. You know what I mean? It's a real pea souper. Oh, yeah, no, that's definitely getting to the low notes now. I said it was a very light drink to begin with. I do think it builds up. It builds up the bitterness. It just increases as you drink it. It's really getting to the bottom now, and that's the it's almost like when you have a very, very sour drink, a sour thing, and it like makes your mouth pucker. It's like that, but it's bitterness. I can like feel it in my teeth. It's so bitter. But yeah, I didn't get that at first at all. Very, very much change flavour type of drink. Still not the the word dank. I feel it's got to be a swamp, a swamp, a sewer, a dungeon. That evokes that kind of feeling, and it still doesn't do that. It's I don't know how you'd get that. I don't know what hops would bring that out, but I think the addition of like the citra hops and things give it a very sort of light, almost. Even though I say it's very bitter now, it's still that kind of. I don't know what I'm looking for here. Some reason the name conjured up a certain image that even though it is getting very dark and bittery now, it's still on the white keys, it hasn't hit the black keys yet. Even though it's down at the bottom end of the keyboard. Pretty soon my reviews are just going to be all incomprehensible metaphors and just, not going to bear any relation to reality at all. So, yeah, if you got any requests for stuff, because people were requesting dragon soup, I obliged. So if you've got any other, like, I think I might do a Cactus Jacks. That looks quite good. Cactus Jack snaps. Get back on the old tramp juice. I'll try and I'll have a look for some things, because I think that's where I really found my niche with this channel back in the day, and maybe I've lost my way a bit going for the fancy beers. I do really like them. I'll drink them in my own time, but as far as doing reviews and things, I think maybe my talents are better spent on reviewing some of the corner shop specials, Oh, okay, that is really lasting as well. That bitterness really hangs around. I can still feel it in my teeth. It's like I've bitten on tinfoil or something. Ooh, a good one that. Wasn't what I was expecting, but it was still a good beer. Alright. See you later.